Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We are talking about the big breaking news today that comes from Chelsea and Stamford Bridge, as it's been reported that the Blues have allegedly matched PSG's bid for right back Achraf Hakimi. We're going to be talking about him, we're going to be talking about how he may fit in with the Blues, with the current structure of the club, with under Thomas Tuchel's tutelage, I guess you'd say. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and probably greatly appreciated. But for now, let's get back to talking about the news that Chelsea have put in a bid for Inter Milan's Achraf Hakimi. If reports and everything like that are to be believed, all the speculation going on around Chelsea right now, all the rumours that are floating around the Blues, at Stamford Bridge, everything to do with Chelsea right now, then it could be another exciting summer ahead for them. It seems that another huge spending spree in this summer transfer window could be on the cards going forward, because there are a lot of big names that are floating around this club as the current European champions look set to begin preparations for next season as well. But today the focus is on Achraf Hakimi of Inter Milan. A few sources have been coming together now with the same story about the right back, claiming that both PSG and Chelsea have both submitted bids of around 60 million euros for him. However, it's being said that his current club Inter are holding out for a minimum of 80 million euros. We've touched upon Inter in recent weeks. We know about Romelu Lukaku's situation, how he was said to be almost on the verge of leaving. He's been confirmed as staying, but it was close because of how things have happened with Antonio Conte. We know that Antonio Conte left Inter Milan because of financial matters. He wasn't prepared to cut the squad any more than what he had to, or sell some of his big or key players. He came to a disagreement with the club's hierarchy, and those two went their separate ways. So we know that Inter Milan are currently in the process of attempting to cut costs where possible, save some money where possible, and there are said to be a few names that the club are willing to sell to make that goal achievable. And of course, Hakimi does appear to be one of them names. Hakimi arrived last year from Real Madrid for a fee believed to be in the region of 40 million euros. Of course, he'd been on loan at German club Borussia Dortmund for the past couple of years before that, but in the end, Real Madrid were happy enough to sell him. For Inter, he made 37 league appearances last season, scoring 7 goals and assisting 10 times. His main attributes include his speed, his quickness. He's got a lot of energy, can constantly be up and down, bombing up and down that right flank at a constant and rapid rate. Good with the ball at his feet. His passing is on point usually, and his crossing is also very good as well. He is definitely one of the best right backs around in world football right now. Absolute quality player, but it's not just his attributes in that kind of sense that make him a great standout buy. He is also pretty versatile. He can play right wing back in the back 5. He can play right full back in a back 4. He can play right centre back in a back 5 as well. So he's very versatile in that respect. And of course, having transitioned into all them different positions, he will fit in very well at Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel, who, remember, likes to play with a back 5. He will fit in perfectly positional wise. It seems he could play in multiple different positions in that back 5, and of course they can switch to a back 4 if Tuchel sees fit to do so. And of course, the wing backs at Chelsea appear to be a huge part of how he likes to play. They are very, very important to Tuchel in his style of play, and Hakimi will of course then become a very important role in that squad, a very important player in that squad, in that team. Should this deal be completed, of course, for Chelsea's point of view, it will mean that he will be playing alongside a guy like Reece James. We all know about Reece James. We all know how good he is right now. We all know how young he is, though. So he's an up-and-coming right back still. He can still grow and become even better in the future. And a guy who has also began to transition himself into a right centre-back as well. And with them two alternate positions, or you can drop one and bring one in, or whatever the combination may be, it's looking very good for Chelsea's point of view that they will probably get two very good right-backs playing for their club. Two very good right-backs who can transition into different areas, both with very good strengths and only can continue to get better at a young age. Quality player. It's also being said that in this two-horse race of sorts between Chelsea and PSG for the signing of Hakimi, that Inter allegedly have a preference. According to Sky sources, Inter have alleged interest in two Blues players and therefore would like Hakimi to go to Chelsea to keep relations sweet in the hope of trying to sign those two players. The two players in question appear to be Chelsea duo Andreas Christensen and Emerson, the left back for the Blues. Look, in my opinion, this will be a huge and amazing deal for Chelsea if they were to pull this off. And in my opinion, they hold all the cards in this deal, in this negotiations, to kind of outmuscle, overthrow, whatever you want to call it, PSG in this and secure the signing of Achraf Hakimi. I saw Hakimi a lot when he played for Dortmund on loan there for a couple of years that he was there. He shined for the club. He shined for the German club. He was a standout performer for Dortmund on both a domestic level in the Bundesliga and on a European level in the Champions League. He was absolutely incredible, and I did like the look of him there. He reportedly had a lot of interest from his time at Dortmund when, of course, he went back to Real Madrid, who were his parent club, and, of course, then subsequently left for Inter during last year. Now, as for this tug-of-war between Chelsea and PSG, let's face it, even though they are seemingly against the oil-rich PSG, like I say, I personally believe that the Blues are in pole position to sign the right-back. Money-wise, of course, it isn't really much of an issue. Both teams have the capabilities of matching the asking price set before them of 80 million euros. But of course, both want to negotiate the deal because that's how money works, that's how business works, and that is obviously smart business. But with the knowledge that Inter are allegedly interested in two Blues players, for me, that tips the scales in Chelsea's favour because, let's face it, they could use them two players or one of them players as a part exchange for Hakimi, and therefore, in my opinion, the Blues hold the advantage in this race to sign him. The deal is very likely to be done. Hakimi's time at Inter appears to be over, and I would bet safe money that Hakimi will be turning up at Stamford Bridge for next season. And of course, add all of that on top of what Inter are seeing right now in terms of their financial problems. It seems that it's only a matter of time before Hakimi is set to leave Inter. And again, I'll go back to it, as I said at the top of this video, the European champions seemingly are heading into another exciting summer ahead. There are some big names that are floating around being linked with the Blues, such as the likes of Declan Rice, Erling Haaland, especially Chelsea looking to get in on him before his alleged release clause becomes active next season. And it could be another expensive summer ahead for the Blues. A very interesting one at that, but an exciting one nonetheless. We'll just have to wait and see how these names, how these rumours, how this speculation plays itself out over the coming weeks and months. But what we do know is that Chelsea are very much interested in Inter Milan's Achraf Hakimi. We just have to wait and see if a deal can be struck up between the two clubs. But of course, as I always say, these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of this news that Chelsea and PSG have both submitted bids for Achraf Hakimi of Inter Milan? What do you make of Hakimi as a player? How do you think he'll fit in at both Chelsea or PSG? Do you think this will be a great signing for either or one of these two clubs? I'd love to know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, whatever you want to call it, on this major news story down below in the comment section. I'm sure they'll all make for interesting reading. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and probably greatly appreciated. And as always, Thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch, this has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see and speak to you all again soon in another video.